All right, so I'm gonna see if the video works because I'm still getting used to this. I don't post on YouTube a whole lot at all. Probably not never. You know what I mean? Maybe one or two like in my whole entire life. But anyway, let's see if this camera is working right now. In fact, let me move this heater out of the way so I could have more room. All right, looks like we are rolling. So, anyway, where was I? Let's get back on the treadmill here. Let's go for a little ride. Why not? Right? I only live once. Let's do it. All right. So we stopped at 2.7 for as speed goes. We were at a 7 incline, if you remember correctly. Now, hopefully this is a pretty good angle where we're at right now. I believe it is. So anyway, feel the elevation. Well, hear it. Now stop. It stopped at its 7 incline. So I think I'll take a little bit more quiet at this point. I'm not going to probably do as much talking because it's going to get tough, you know, real fast. Not super tough because we're not going to be running and jogging and doing all that kind of stuff. But once you start hitting, you know, your threes, so we're speed-wise 3.0, speed-wise incline, your 8s, 9s, 10s, 11, 12 incline. Yeah, this starts to be very hard to talk about. So now I'll probably stop at 10 minutes and I'll probably continue you know, without recording the rest because I don't know. I can put up 5 videos, but if I get away with 3, why not do that? That's funny because that's kind of the way it is working out, right? You know, you're like, well, what is the absolute minimum that I can do to maintain a certain level of fitness? I mean, if we're being honest here, that's what most people want to know, right? Most of us, you know, I think we know deep down on our side, especially if we're men, deep down inside in our hearts, we know that we're not going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ronnie Coleman. We're not going to look like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. You know, we're going super strict, you know, super, you know, run 10 miles a day and, you know, do 1,000 push-ups a day and all that kind of stuff. You know, we eat just carrots and beets for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't know, maybe some of you will woke up like that, but I know it won't be me. So, I like to eat. You know, I don't believe in diets anymore. And I believe in just cutting the fat off the steak, if it were, right? What is it that I need to do that's going to help me drop pounds and to maintain whatever kind of fitness level that I want? And that's where it's different for everyone, right? It's a little bit different for everybody. So that's where getting to know your body comes into play. But how do you get to know your body if you don't do anything, right? If you don't get up off the couch, you never get up, how do you know? You know, what your body can do, what it cannot. Well, that's why I believe in action instead of words, right? You can read a whole bunch of books about fitness, but until you actually apply the stuff that you're reading, some of those techniques, some of those things, it's just a bunch of talk. And the fact that you got buttons popping off your shirt and can't zip up your pants and all that kind of stuff, you know, that's telling you your body knows that you're just talking instead of walking. So why not walking you right now? I mean, if you tune in on this video, you can be sitting around watching, you know, you don't have to have a treadmill. You can just do some steps, right? I mean, literally, you know, let me pause this for a second. I got about 6 minutes left anyway. So I'm gonna stop this, right? I mean, literally, you know, you can just do some steps. You know, just march, you know, just do just like this. Just march. If you do this, you know, for 10 minutes a day, that's a good start. You know what I mean? And then, you know, you can even hop around. You know, do that for 5 minutes, then right back to this. So you can do this in an apartment, you can do this in a house. You don't have to have a garage with gym in it. Now, an apartment, well, your neighbors might come looking for me if you take that, because depending on what floor you live, right? You're like, that Joe Bloe, he told them to jump up and down above my head. Well, that's not quite what I said, but anyway, I'm saying you gotta move. And maybe that crazy neighbor of yours who lives below you was actually out jogging or out moving. He wouldn't be around, he or she wouldn't be around to hear you exercising. See how everything, one back washes one hand, washes the other? See how great that works out? Anyway, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and crank this up to 2.9, move it up to a 9. That's where things start getting a little bit tough. So, checking in with our bodies here. How do your feet and your ankles feel? Right? Your toes even, right? You know. Funny thing, some of y'all might think this is a little disgusting, but funny thing, when you get to know your body, you start noticing things that you lack, that you neglected. Right? The other day I was walking, you know, a few days back, and I said, man, I was checking in with my body on the treadmill, and I said, wow, how long has it been since I cut my toenails? Because my toes don't feel right. So lo and behold, once I was done, look, wow, yeah, those things have got pretty long. So yeah, so things like that. So what I'm saying is, as you're working out, this is why I do not like distractions, right? You gotta check in with your body. So the chances of you having an accident are minimized, right? Check in with your body when you're doing those squats, right? When you're doing those push-ups, when you're curling that weight, check in with your body, you know? And it doesn't hurt to slow down a little bit when you're curling, you know what I mean? Just to make sure that you ain't gonna pop nothing or out of place. Now, when you're 20, I guess you can just do whatever, right? You can have a curl bar in each arm, right? Just, you know, I was telling one of the guys at my job, you know, some time ago, I said, hey, he was like, why do you take so many supplements and pills and all that stuff? You know, mind you, my coworker's older than I am, right? So I said, hey, man, I'm not going to say his name because I'm going to, you know, put him on blast right there. I said, hey, man, I said, when you were 20 years old, and I pointed to a package on his desk, you know, them big old Amazon packages and all that stuff, show up in cardboard boxes. I said, when you were 20 years old, you and I both, when we were 20, we could eat that cardboard box and find some kind of nutrition in it. That is what it is. When you're 20 years old, you can pretty much eat whatever the heck you want. And your body is going to still burn fat, do what it's supposed to do, providing that you exercise, of course. But when you are older, your body starts slowing down, your body starts finding it harder and more difficult to get the things that it needs and the food that it eats. You know, so things do get kind of hard, kind of rough, real fast. So this goes back to, you know, saying the importance of having regular doctor visits, right? If you can't hire your own private doctor, you know, check in with your regular doctor, the one that your job pays for. You know, start seeing him about twice a year. Start there. You know, have serious conversations about what's going on in your life. You know, do some research. You know, it's just a lot of things you can do. Because after all, this is your body, right? It's your body. So you got to take care of it. You're only given one of them. So, yeah. All right, so I'm at 0.4 right now, distance-wise. Okay? So I crank this up, elevation-wise, to a 10, right? So my elevation is now at a 10. And like I was saying, this is when things start getting, you know, a little bit harder, things like that. Now it was quite chilly when I came to this garage this morning, but now, well, I'll put it to you this way. It's starting to heat up a little bit. So, let's go ahead and raise the speed to 3.0. So we're at 3.0, 10 incline. We're at 0.4 distance wise. So quite possibly we'll reach half a mile by the time this 10 minutes is up. And I'm gonna see, we got about 20 seconds left. Let me see if I can go ahead and stop this with my handy dandy remote. Let's see what happens. Don't know. Got 10 seconds. 10 seconds left. We haven't hit 0.5 though. And I stopped. Still at 0.4. That's okay, I'm sure. A couple of seconds more. It says I burned 73 calories. Not sure if that's accurate. See you in the next one.